So today, I got into a huge argument with my mother, and this has been the 10th argument I've gotten into an argument with her in the last 3 months, or the 20th, which is a stress I can't deal with because I love my mother. Because the last 4 days, I took a backpack and a tent and set up the tent on a parkway that Google lists as 24 hours open. And yesterday she told me to go hide in another park that's closed at 11 to hide for the police, while I'm refusing to go to a religious shelter because, in my experience, the branch of that religious shelter that's in Spokane is a place for career criminals to continue their life of criminality. And I don't want to be around those kinds of people. I certainly don't want to be treated like a career criminal by those kinds of religious people either, who work as staff. In fact, when I tried to get registered to stay at that shelter that my mother took me to, the person behind the counter was unbelievably cruel and rude and weird. Really weird, really crude, really cruel. So I've chosen and elected to stay outside, even though that's really bad for my health. It's too loud, it's too cold, it's unsafe, there's no locked door from prowlers, which exist. Then I rescued my dog, and that shelter also has an anti-pet policy. Completely anti-pet. So, it's just a no option for me. So, I trusted my mother. I trusted her decision making and set up the tent the last 4 nights at this 24-hourly open park as listed by Google and Google Maps. Though somebody who was in the suburban neighborhood informed me, while giving me coffee and some hot dogs for my dog and some breakfast for myself and some doggy treats, which was very generous and kind, that there is no city parks anywhere where you can camp. That I stayed one more night because I don't want to hide from the police. Just because I have a differing opinion from a shelter where the staff are abusive doesn't mean I'm out breaking the law. So I'm not afraid. I'm not trying to hide from the police because I'm not out breaking the law. And I certainly don't want them to get the idea that that's my intention. But while breaking my camp this morning, which is an exhausting activity I've done for the last 4 days, I was informed by the police I can't be doing that. And I want to abide by the law. But that really took away every option I had left. And I was even taking this option under the advice of my mother. Well, I'm generally going, okay, I have the option to freeze or get arrested tonight because I can't set up a tent to keep myself safe from the weather because it's against the law. I'm not going to a shelter run by the UGM, the Union Gospel Mission, because I don't trust those abusive staff people, nor the career criminals that stay there, nor am I going to go to a shelter that has no pet policy option. So I called my mother going, okay, if that's really my circumstances, may I borrow a car for a month to keep my appointments for housing, for court, to apply to work. Not only did she say no, but she really questioned my morals, my sanity for even suggesting such a thing. Just so we're clear, I'm a licensed driver with a clean driving record. I haven't consumed one drop of alcohol the entire 3 months I have been homeless. So if I got behind the wheel of a car right now, I have complete confidence I would continue to be a safe driver. I haven't owned a vehicle for 3 years. When I, due to my circumstances, rented a U-Haul and then kept it for far too long after a rental agreement that they reported stolen, that I got in trouble for, and that's my problem, that's my fault. I was overwhelmed. I still didn't crash it. I still didn't break the driving laws. So it's not my capacity as a safe driver that's in the question. It's my mom doesn't want to lend me a car. She doesn't want to be chauffeured around by her husband. She wants to drive herself. I understand that. I just am going, well, this is unfair. It's unfair for me. I could get safety from prowlers, from the weather, could meet my appointments, wouldn't be as subject to the sound of traffic. I could park places at rest areas. I could keep my dog in the car with a cracked window when I go to church or go to stores or go to appointments. Facilitating my life and success far better than backpacking around an urban area, in a suburban area. And we got into an argument because of that. And I said a lot of harsh things, which I feel bad for. If my mom watches this, I'm sorry, Mom, and I love you. But this feels like a catch-22. This feels like a problem that's unfair. Where it's being framed like I have a choice when I really have none. And I only have suffering promised.